Hello everyone, this is the first video of our course, and this is one of the most important videos as we are gonna learn about basic but important stuff that you need to know to work with SketchUp in long term. We'll highlight some steps that you need to follow, but before that I'll just open SketchUp right here. So it's open. Okay, so as soon as you open SketchUp, this is the view, basic view you get. So these are some files that I opened recently, and here you can see some templates. So templates basically suggest us various dimensions used in various kinds of projects so that we can work in our best suited dimensions. As you can see here, simple inches, simple meters, architectural inches, architectural millimeters, centimeters, meters, and so on. So long story short, if you are designing an interior of a room and you are familiar with the dimensions of the room in meters, or let's say you have a rough idea that your room is 20 feet by 30 feet. So from here you can easily choose the dimensions in feet that suit you. If you're comfortable with meters, go for it. There's not such a hard and fast rule. It's just your choice, and you don't have to think much about it. So go with any kind of measure you want, but just do one thing: keep everything in aspect ratio. So that is what you need to take care of. So now, as you can see, once more, I'll highlight some measure dimensions. Okay, so I'll close it now. So I'm signed in here, and all recent file appear here. So whenever you close any project, whether you are using SketchUp 2020 or 2021, these will appear here. So without laying much emphasis on dimensions, we should simply go to simple inches. So when the work area appears, okay, this is what you get, and here's a pop-up which I'll ignore. Okay, so getting back to the work area, it's three-dimensional, but the lady with the bag right here keeps looking at us. So whenever we move or navigate, it doesn't change its shape, because of which it looks like it's 2D. So here we get three axes to work with: blue, red, green, representing height, width, and length respectively. So now moving to the right hand pane, which is named as default tray. I'll explain various components it includes. Like here you can see entity info. What it does is it tells you about the component under selection. When we select the lady that keeps looking at us, it provides information about it, like oh, so her name is Laura. That's nice. If it's tagged or not, and some other important stuff which we'll get to later. So we'll go to materials menu now. So one of its uses is that it lets us know various colors used in the model. Like when I go to in model sub option, it specifies various colors that are used. We can even name these colors for convenience. Like here you can see Laura shirt, Laura belt, Laura glasses. Okay, so that was in the model option, that was in the in model option. Okay, right here. So now talking about the materials option, it provides us various usable materials grouped into various subfolders. Okay, I'll open one. Here you can see there are many subfolders like materials, water, tiles, 3D printing, stones, etc. So now let's suppose you want to give a little touch to one of these materials. So what you'll do is, let's suppose this material. So you can do that as well by going to edit option. So let me just, okay, I cannot use the material on the lady because she doesn't like it. No, not because she doesn't like it. It is because it's a group which you'll know in depth about. It's a group and we cannot interfere in between single entities inside a group. So moving on, component section, and style section are here. We kind of overtake these sections in V-Ray, so here it's not of much importance, so we'll skip these ones in this video. Now tags. So you can use tags to organize objects and control their visibility. By hiding tagged objects in one click, you can hide large chunk of your model to find things faster and even speed up SketchUp a little bit. So now the shadow pane. With the SketchUp's shadow feature, you can make your model cast a basic shadow or see how the sun casts shadow on or around a geolocated model. By default, shadows are turned off because they can use a lot of your computer's processing ability, but from here you can turn them on. So scene pane, you can add scenes in SketchUp using the plus sign and present different views, but we'll talk about that later on in this video only. And finally the instruction panel, which provides instructions. Basically we'll not get into depth with that. We'll get into the menus. Here we have file, edit, view, camera, draw, tools, window, extension, help. Okay, so we won't be using help, to be honest, but extensions menu is of greater significance because, as you see, all the third-party extensions of SketchUp lie here only, like V-Ray, Lumion, and if we go on to the file menu, it is pretty basic and similar to other applications, giving options like new from template, save, open, etc. SketchUp does have a handy tool called geolocation. This function allows you to start your model from a real green field or to take a slice of planet Earth and put it under your building. So this can be really helpful to give context to an analysis and help to sell the vision early on in the projects. Importing and exporting 3D models is next. Importing and exporting 3D models, graphics, slices, animations into and out of your project will be done with import and export, which we'll get into in later videos. Now lastly, the basic print commands, which I don't think need much explanation. These are basic commands. So moving on to the edit tab after this one. So the undo command reverses your most recent action. These are basic commands which are used in every kind of applications. The redo function restores any action that were previously undone using the undo. So it is the reverse of undo, but only the last one. So we have to remember that thing. Also there's cut, copy, delete. Now sometimes you need to draw temporary lines while you model in SketchUp. These lines are called guides, and after finishing your project you can use the delete guides option. Hide command hides the selected object. Note that it's not deleted. You can unhide the last hidden object or all of them from the unhide. Next we have make group and make component, and this is tricky as well as really important, so we'll dedicate a whole video to it, to groups and components. So now getting back to the view menu, here as you see there are no toolbars on the working area, so we'll add the ones we need. We need all the V-Ray toolbars except we'll take this one. Okay, we need all the V-Ray toolbars except the V-Ray utilities, views, and most importantly the large tool set, which is the most important one. It will provide us tools that we'll use to edit and model. Now also you can add Lumion live sync. We don't need it right now, but you can use it with Lumion, and everything that's happening in SketchUp will be reflected upon Lumion, but it must be working in the background. So now I'm just arranging the toolbars how I like them. This is totally my personal thing. I mean, you can do it how you like, or you can copy how I have done. I just like it like these. So okay, one more toolbox is sections that I forgot about. let's bring that in as well. Okay. So these are all the tools that you need to work with. Almost full potential. You won't necessarily require more stuff or more tools to uh, work efficiently, but now one thing that I like to tell here is that if we go on view with these coordinates and then click on add scene in view, now whenever or wherever I go in the model, I only have to click once on the scene 1 right here in the top left, and SketchUp will bring me back to the same view. Also, by right clicking you can edit the scene. Here I will show you how to update. I'll navigate again and click on scene 1. So this is how it works. Okay, yeah. So let's get to camera now. The camera menu will provide tools that you can use while you animate stuff, but the suggestion is that you don't animate or make videos on SketchUp. Uh, if you do it on Lumion, they will be of superior quality, and everyone is of course using Lumion for that instead. So now tools menu, all the tools are already here, which we will explain one by one after all the menus are done. So we don't have to go in depth with the tools menu. So now getting to Windows. In Windows we have 3D Warehouse. 3D Warehouse is a website of searchable and pre-made 3D models that work seamlessly with SketchUp. 3D Warehouse is a tremendous resource and online community for anyone who creates or uses 3D models. So if you wanna take some ideas or use some pre-made models like chairs, tables or other stuff, you can go on there, and here you can download, upload, create public collections of models and connect with other users as well. So but one thing is necessary, that you must have internet connection. So as you see here, I have searched for chair. I can download any chair model and import it into my project, but you must sign in or create a Trimble account for that, so that you can do on your own. It's not that difficult. So you can move your chair using the move tool and take a reference point and move it along the axis. I'm not keeping the chair straight along the axis. Move it how you like it. A straight facing chair does give a plain look. Actually, it does not provide a fancy look. When you keep things in an angle, they look better, and they also provide a perspective. So I'll suggest that you try to keep things in angles. So now moving to the extension warehouse. It contains some extensions by SketchUp that are free to use, like Lumion, LiveSync, or V-Ray extensions. You don't need much except these two. And now the most important thing, the dimensions box, which I was going to forget about. Here I'll choose the pencil, and as soon as I choose the pencil tool and start drawing the box, or start drawing a line, the box starts fluctuating, and there are different dimensions as soon as I move the pencil around. And here I can type 30. As soon as I type 30, it will extend the line to 30 feet or inches, whichever you are working on, or meters. So now this is the cursor tool, which is used to select various objects. Then there's the paint bucket tool, which is used to let me show you practically. Let's make a figure. Okay, done, and paint it with bricks. just select a color, and all you need to do is a left click. You can also edit your colors from the edit tab like I mentioned before. I will darken the shade and brighten it as well to give you an example of how it works. You can do this with all types of colors and material available. Okay, so okay, that is done. If you want to know the dimensions of the brick, use the tape measure tool and bring it along the line here. Okay, now look in the dimensions box. So it comes out to be 2 inch 1/8, so which is less. It should be at least 4 inches for a brick. So now be sure to keep your patterns and colors realistic always, so that it gives a richer look and realistic look when it gets rendered. Then there's the eraser tool. You can delete any number of edges or even the whole geometry at once if you want by selecting all of it at once. You just need to take it to the edge and left click. Now here, as we erase the edge, something to note is that 2 of the surfaces got erased as well. If there is no line, there won't be 2 faces, so that is why these 2 surfaces got deleted. So we have to press Ctrl+Z. Now if you want to erase all at once, use cursor and select all and delete it. Now we'll move to the freehand tool. Remember to create a closed geometry. Now the rectangle tool. By this you can make rectangles, of course, and I'll just give an example. If you want to make a rectangle that is 20 feet by 30 feet, just start making a rectangle. Don't release yet and type in the dimensions box. Type 20 feet by 30 feet and it will create a rectangle that is 20 feet by 30 feet. So this is how you speed up the process in SketchUp. Now for those times when you need to draw a rectangle that is not perpendicular to an axis, you can use the rotated rectangle tool. Rectangles in SketchUp do not have to be aligned. It earlier used to be so. So the rotated rectangle tool allows artists to draw along angles. So I'll show you how it is done right now. You can use the dimension box to specify all the details, like I will do it here. Okay, and if you want to keep it at right angle without using the dimensions box, just keep it parallel to the blue axis and see in the dimensions box. Okay, here we go. Moving on, there is a circle tool as well and a polygon tool as well, but these are basic tools and aren't much different from the previous tools. So we'll move on to the move tool now. So first let me make a cube. To make a cube from a rectangle, I'll use the push pull tool and like this. Now I'll select the whole cube and then use the move tool. Move it along various axes. For example, if I move the cube in the direction of the blue axis and type 20 feet, the box will go 20 feet along the blue axis, which here is in the upward direction. Now you can also move it along other axes, along the red axis or the green axis. And there's one more thing that you can do with the move tool. You can copy objects. So all we need to do is press the control key on the keyboard and a plus sign will appear alongside the move tool. Now this is a sign that you can copy objects. Now while holding the control, move the cube and you will notice that a copy is created while the actual cube remains at the starting position only. So that is pretty interesting. Again, move along the axis or not, do it how you want to, and even type in the distance in the dimensions box to make the process faster in SketchUp, like I told before. Now you can even measure the distance, but as you know, we started copying from the lower left corner of the cube, so the distance will be measured from that point only. If you want the distance between the cubes to be 20 feet, so you have to use the upper corner for that, because SketchUp will measure the distance from where you have started copying. So I'll show you how to do that as well. Here I'm gonna undo the cube. We know the dimensions of the box, which was 6 feet. So while moving, we'll type in 26 feet so that the box moves up 20 feet from the lower cube. So this was a concept you need to remember and take into practice. Now to create multiple copies of this cube, we'll type 2x or x2, actually x2 in the dimensions box. So wait, we have used another tool, so I need to undo it. Okay, now so type in 26 feet and then type x2, and it will give you two boxes. You can make as many as copies as you want. Now you can make copies along other axes as well. So here I'll show you something very interesting. Okay, select all three of these cubes, mention the distance, and then type x5. Now here we go. Now see how many cubes we have right now. 5 into 3, 15 cubes. So this is how you can use the copy feature to do various stuff. Now moving to the rotate tool, I'll use the rotate tool on one of the cubes here. All you need to do is select the tool and move any object along any axis as you want. Rotate rather it along any axis as you want. So like this. Okay, now there's the follow me tool, which we are gonna dedicate a full video to, but I'll create a geometry here. I'll create it in the center. Now let's pre-select the path that the follow me tool will pick and see what it does. Here we go. So like this. Now try to find the center always, because if you use the corner, you will find it difficult to trace all the edges. So you can also make the midpoint using the pencil tool like this. So see how I'm doing this. Yes. So now let's get to scale command. Select the cube and click on the scale tool and try to use it. Now I'll quickly show you how you can resize the objects using various points using the scale tool, like this for diagonal scaling, and this way for height, and this way for the width. So only use the corner edges when you want to rescale the entire objects, like I am showing here. Now different dimensions can be scaled by using different points. Practice these with all the points that are available, and also different kinds of objects. Now moving to the offset tool. The offset tool enables you to offset a line or shape quickly and easily. For example, think of it like this: you are a graphic designer who needs to outline a complex shape, or an architect who needs to offset a footer in a foundation plan. So either way, the offset tool can create the shape you need in only 2 clicks. Like here, left click and keep scrolling the left mouse button. Okay, so for example, here I type 2 feet and it looks like a table. Now I can increase and decrease the thickness by using the push pull tool. So moving on, now we'll get to the tape measure tool. We have used this already, but here you can see. So now the dimension tool is a little different. Here you can see how it works, not entirely different. It does the same job, but you can see it. Okay, here are the protector and the next and the text tool, by which you can add texts, of course. And also a similar but more interesting tool is a 3D text tool. I'll just give an example of the 3D text tool because they are quite similar. Now I'll place it on the face of this cube and use the scale tool like this and like this and like this. So also you can reshape the text how you want using the points here. Okay, so right, so now there's a rotate button. You can use it to rotate objects and overall plane like this. So also a palm tool which you use like this. It's not that difficult. And there are some more tools like magnify and all, but these are pretty basic tools which we don't need to lay emphasis on. So now we'll get back to the bucket, paint bucket. Now suppose you want to give color to this selection, but you wanted the color on the whole object, on all of the sides, on all of the faces. So for that we'll press the control key and all the adjoining surfaces will be painted with the same color. Now I'll change one face and take a sample of this and change the paint like this using the sampling tool. You can also use a shortcut. This is a longer way. I don't usually use this. I'm doing this to explain how this works. You can use the shortcut which I'm going to tell you right now. With the paint bucket enabled, press the Alt key on the keyboard and the bucket will change into a sampling tool, which will tell you that now you can pick colors from various entities. Now you can select the color that you want and release the Alt key, and then it will change back to the paint bucket and you can paint any surface you want. Now once again you can use the control key to paint all surfaces like I have told before. Control key to paint all surfaces, Alt key to change the paint bucket into the sampling tool. So that is it for the first part of the video. In the second part we'll learn about V-Ray basics and how it is very related to this one. So keep watching and thank you.